Hello, my beautiful guys, girls, gays, and theys. Welcome to I Said What I Said. Yay! Can we get a round of applause, please? Yay! Y'all better be clapping, period. I am so excited to finally tell you guys what I've been up to and working on. This is my brand new podcast, I Said What I Said. Do we like the name? I love the name. I think it really embodies who I am as a person because I say my truth every day. Live your truth. So I decided to call it I Said What I Said, and I think it works so well. And I actually can't believe that this is happening right now because for so long I was like short form content, film TikToks, film Instagram reels, all of this kind of stuff. I never thought that doing a podcast would be the right thing. But after growing up a little bit, I realized that I actually have some stories to tell and some opinions to share and people to interview. And I've got so much to share with you guys. I'm so excited for where this journey goes. And I appreciate every single one of you who are wherever you are, sitting in your room, cooking something in the kitchen, tucked in your bed, like wherever you are. The fact that you're tuning into this and listening, I super appreciate it. And I'm so excited to begin this journey of I Said What I Said. I wanted to speak about something that I think is on everyone's mind because it's been the reason why I'm here. And it's been one of the most crazy things that's happened to me in my life. And it's a conversation that I think is really important to have. And that kind of is the truth around the Roadman and my alter ego, if you will. If you are on this video right now, you probably know me from a few things. You probably know me from my TikTok and the Roadman voice, particularly, which is something that I started posting around 3 years ago now. And my God, has it been a fucking whirlwind since I posted that first video, okay? But obviously, there is trials and tribulations of social media. And that's kind of what I wanted to get into today. And I kind of wanted to start off where it all began. I've been doing funny voices, okay, since I was around 13 years old because I always loved to make my friends laugh, and I always had this like talent of imitating other people and doing impressions. So it wasn't something that I just thought one day, oh, this would be funny and go viral. The Roadman voice began from a very early age. Like there were literal roadmen at my school, like people that we knew, all of this kind of stuff. And I feel like I was involved in the surroundings, and it was just something that came very natural to me. And one day I was sitting at home and I saw a trend go around TikTok. This is about 3.5 years ago now, of a British accent challenge. I had transitioned. I was quite early in my transition, about a year into my transition. So I looked like a girl. I would say I looked like a girl, but you could definitely tell that there was something going on. But yeah, I thought to myself, oh, you know what would be really funny if I put on a really high voice and then did a really low voice and shocked everyone watching, because it is shocking. I mean, I think the part of the virality of the Roadman videos, is virality even a word? We need to fact check that. Probably not, but the viralness, that's not a word either. Basically, the reason why I think it goes so viral is because of the shock factor of it. When you see something that is such an oxymoron to one another, if you know what an oxymoron is, or like a juxtaposition is probably a better word. Let's say the bleak sun, right? The sun is meant to be warm and yellow and nice, but when you put bleak in front of it, that's the complete opposite. So take that metaphor as you will, but when you see, I don't know, a very feminine looking girl, then suddenly do an extremely masculine looking voice, there is obviously a shock factor to it. And I didn't expect it to go as viral as it did. The first video I posted doing the Roadman voice, I posted it one night and I woke up the next morning with around 20 million views, which was crazy for that short period of time of just, one night's rest, and waking up to that many views was one of the most incredible but scary things that has ever happened to me. I think it took a lot to kind of sink in, because when you see numbers on a screen, you don't really think about it. But when you actually think about that many people, that's crazy. That is a crazy number of people. And it was over that week, it just kept on going. This one video kept on growing. My video was being posted on all of the British meme pages. Like it was scary. I mean, I've never had that much of an influx of love and support, but then such an influx of complete and utter bullying. But we grow and we move from that. And you know, bad engagement is good engagement. What can I say? Keep the comments coming. It was a difficult thing to process. And what really made me process it even better was I was in my room again. I seem to be in my room a lot, okay? Don't judge me. I don't go out that much. But my brother came into my room and said, Lou, you need to continue with this because you don't know where it could lead you. Social media, TikTok is still really fresh. You should try, see where this goes. And my brother's really smart. Maxi, if you're watching this, I love you. You're the smartest person I know. And I trust him with my life. So I said to him, okay, I'll continue doing this. So I continued posting videos of the Roadman voice, also just general other videos. I was basically posting anything I thought up, but it was definitely the Roadman videos that ended up gaining the most popularity. And across a month, I had gained something like 200,000 followers in a month from a few like very viral videos, and grateful as hell. Honestly, I don't regret it at all. But I think there's such a Jekyll and Hyde situation about about the Roadman voice, particularly because it is controversial. That's for sure. I post knowing that it's controversial as a trans woman, knowing that there are going to be people that will completely hate on it, and there will be people that will completely love it, and it becomes a really difficult situation in that sense because I want to be able to represent the trans community in a positive way. But I think to myself sometimes, how am I doing that by posting myself literally speaking in a man voice? Like, I've worked so hard to look the way I am, to sound the way I am, to be the person that I am. And then I completely redact all of that by posting this kind of content. And for a while, I was thinking to myself, is this really what I want to do? Because I was having a lot of gender dysphoria and I was having a lot of comments being like, where's the Roman voice? We need the Roman voice, all of this kind of stuff. And I was like, what do I do? Because I'm feeling unhappy in myself and I don't know if this is making me any happier. And it took a while to kind of get out of that. For about the whole of like 2022, I'd been doing it for about a year, was a really difficult time because I didn't know if this was actually the right thing and if it was making my mental health worse. And the difficult thing about me saying that is like, oh, how can you have bad mental health when it's given you so many opportunities and you get signed and do all of this and do these crazy things and meet amazing people just because of this one viral video, right? It's true. You feel guilty. You honestly, you just feel guilty for feeling that way. And it's difficult because I would look at myself and I'd be like, wow, I've done some really incredible things and I've met incredible people and I work with amazing people. But do I love who I am because of it? This is getting deep real quick. Tea. Okay. I had to take a long, hard look at myself and think about careers and opportunities and how I support myself. And it took me a while to be comfortable with the Roadman, if you will. I first posted it as a joke, but then it kind of became a business. That is a difficult part of it because even till this day, don't get me wrong, I post all sorts of content nowadays. I post comedy videos, I just post what's on my mind. I post stuff to do with being trans, like all sorts of different things. But till this day, 2024, the Roadman videos still go incredibly viral. And I don't know how people aren't sick of them. I am sometimes sick of it. And sometimes I have a really great idea for a Roadman video and I feel a bit more comfortable and happy in it. But it's still a really like strange feeling. And I don't understand how people aren't sick of it because those videos still getting millions of views. And listen, I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you that you love it so much. The fact that I'm like sitting here right now speaking to you about this with my own podcast just because of this video I posted 3.5 years ago baffles me. It is crazy to me, but I am eternally grateful for all of you. I think that's the main message of what I'm trying to say here. When it comes to being trans, and doing this and posting those kind of videos is representing the trans community, because I've had such an extreme two sides of the stick from the trans community, which can be extremely upsetting because you look up to certain people and you love what they do, but then hear that they completely disagree with what you do, which is fair enough. You can't please everyone. I do think I am a little bit like Marmite, especially my content, and that's fine. That's fine. I've never sat here and thought I should be upset about that ever, because it's the truth and you can't please everyone. That's social media. That's having an online presence for you. No matter what you do, there's going to be someone that disagrees. But what I'm trying to say is it can be extremely hurtful when you think you finally belong in a community and there are certain people that you look up to that suddenly don't think you belong in this kind of community. And I think that brings me on to how, even though trans people are a minority, the whole trans community is an extreme minority, I don't think it's up to a few certain trans people to represent the whole community. I think everyone represents themselves, and as a collective, we represent each other. I don't think it's to do with the most famous trans women or men in the world are the ones that are the reason why we, like, all trans people are okay. Do you know what I mean? Because that's not true. That's not true. Those people, like, the most famous and most well-known trans people have had their success because they've had their success, but it doesn't mean that they're any way correlated to every single other trans person in the world. That's my take on it. I honestly don't think that the Roadman voice is that deep. Crazy. I think it's caused so much positive, more positive than negative. I still get messages every day from younger trans women who feel not so confident in their voice and can't necessarily afford vocal training or vocal. I can't remember what the surgery is, but it can help with increasing the octave of your voice. And they have messaged me saying, thank you. Thank you for presenting a part of yourself that I can relate to, that I can't fix. And that's so important to me. And it proves that there are people within my community that respect and understand it. And you know what? It makes people laugh. And I think the most important part about all of this is laughter. That's my main goal. As much as the Roman voice has had its ups and downs for me personally, it's not going anywhere. Okay? I love it. I love it. It's almost an alter ego, you know? It's almost like I have this split brain, and half of it is this very masculine side, and then the other half is this very feminine person. And I present in an extremely feminine way, but I am extremely related to my masculine side. As a trans person, I haven't really let go of my masculine side. I try to sometimes, and sometimes it upsets me, and sometimes it drives me up the wall. But that's who I am. And as much as I try to push it down, it's still there always. I don't know how informative this was for all of you people, but I really wanted to start off with something that meant a lot to me and the reason why I am here and doing this for all of you. That moves me on to a special game that I have where people confess to me how they've been feeling about things. And it can be funny, it can be crazy. I've had some crazy messages, and I want to go through some of them today with you. And I'm going to be providing some advice. Obviously, we're going to be keeping it anonymous, okay? Also, song of the week. This is going to be at the beginning of every single podcast episode because I love music. We all love music. I want to know your songs of the week as well. Let me know down in the comments what you've been listening to. But this week on repeat, Crazy by Le Seraphim, one of the best songs that has come out of 2024. Kid you not? It is such the perfect mix of like queer culture and K-pop mixed together. Like, it's serving Vogue, it's serving ballroom, and I love Le Seraphim for that. So thank you, Le Seraphim, for bringing this gem onto my Spotify playlist. Time for our confession booth to begin. My boyfriend is pissing me the fuck off at the moment, and I don't know what to do. I love him, but he's being so weird at the moment, and I just don't know if I should leave him or not. I haven't had the best experiences in relationships, but I can definitely give a little bit of advice on this situation. Boyfriends can be annoying, and we all know this as a fact, okay? I have been in a relationship before, and some days I'd wake up next to this man and want to genuinely slit his throat. And that is the truth. And sometimes it's okay to feel that way. You either get over it, you either fix it, you speak about it, you understand each other, or you have to move on and move on to the next thing. If it's hurting you, if it's making you sad, if you're going on with your daily life when he's not around there sulking, feeling in a mood, feeling like this isn't right, then you need to end it. Because nothing that should be dragging you down should be attached to you. Still a virgin at 27. Mostly because I can't be asked to bother with relationships. Okay, no judgment. We ain't gonna judge you ever. Okay, you can do what you want. And you know what? I wish I had my chastity back. You know what? I respect that because who can be bothered with relationships? I'm in my single era. Yes, I may be speaking to 5 guys at the same time, but I'm in my single era. Okay? And as you should. If you can't be bothered, you can't be bothered. And if you're comfortable with that, if you're comfortable with your truth and being a virgin at 27, then slay for you. I love that. And I tell you what, it's not as fun as it sounds. Actually, I don't know. I am a nerdy and weird and awkward person. And I get confused on if a girl genuinely likes me. Please, I need help. Okay. There's a few signs that will tell you if a girl likes you. Okay? They're either extremely rude to you or they're extremely nice to you. There's no in between. There's literally no in between because I feel like my methods of when I like a guy, I'm just really nice to them. And I always want to speak to them and I always want to pay attention to them. If she's keeping eye contact with you, that means she probably likes you. If she feels comfortable to laugh, her true laugh around you, she probably likes you. If she doesn't give you dead replies, like on message and stuff like that, if you're speaking on message, then she probably likes you. If I give someone dead replies, like, yep, no, haha, or an emoji, it means I don't like you. Okay? Because I don't want to continue the conversation. I'm trying to dead the conversation. And if it could be the same in person, like a girl can have really dead replies in person, girl or guy, doesn't matter. But yeah, I think don't blame your nerdy, weird awkwardness of the situation. That doesn't matter. That's probably, you know what? I like nerdy guys. And I like nerdy guys, but I also like bad guys. But nerdy guys are definitely cute. And that might be the trait of yours that this person really likes. So trust your gut, continue speaking with them, and you never know, the truth might unfold sooner than you think. This is a funny one. Dated this woman 10 years older when I was 21. Got along well, but it turns out she was married the whole time. Okay, well, you're a homewrecker. Joking, it's not your fault, okay? That's not your fault. And clearly this woman wanted a younger guy and was unhappy in her marriage. So is it really her fault either? Because not gonna lie, when a guy cheats in their marriage, that's wrong. But when a woman cheats like in your marriage, like, you know what? You must be unhappy and do what's best for you. That's controversial, but I feel like that's so true. I'm sorry. I don't know. Once I was seeing a guy that was 15 years older than me. No, 14 years older than me. And I realized that it wasn't good because I felt immature around him. And I'm actually quite a mature person. And I feel like I felt like I was on a lower level than him when I was always with him just because he was so much older than me. He was so hot though. Ridiculously, like stunning. Like I got goosebumps when I'd see him. Do you know what I mean? Like I never get butterflies when I'm around a guy. I didn't even get butterflies around my ex-boyfriend. Okay? And I was with him in a relationship with him. But he was so hot, but he made me feel inferior. And that's never good. And I feel like that can be an issue sometimes when you date older people, is that they'll just always think that they're on a higher level than you. And that's not true. I have a crush on my math teacher. He's the only reason I'm getting good grades. Period. Continue the crush. If you're getting good grades, who cares? Win-win situation. You get to look at someone that you have a crush on every day, and you're also getting good grades. Doesn't seem like a confession to me. That seems like a really good thing. But make sure it doesn't get further than just looking at him, because you don't want to get in trouble with the school. And I don't know how old you are, and I don't know how old the maths teacher is, and I shouldn't have said that. But carrying on. I have a huge crush on my ex-coworker, and we also went to law school together. I don't know what to do. Well, it sounds like you guys have grown up together. You first went to law school together, and then you worked together. So you must be like over the age of like 21, surely, okay? I think you should tell them. Honestly, just tell them you're going to live your life in regret. You're going to live your life in regret. And if you've been friends for that long, surely you can make something work out. Honestly, just tell them. So that is all we have time for today's episode. I am so excited to continue this journey. We have some amazing episodes lined up. We also have some amazing guests that we're hoping to get on and share to the world. And I'm so excited to say what I say. So you should continue watching I Said What I Said. And that's just the truth. And I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, subscribe to whatever you're watching it on. And yeah, this was Loulou. Peace out.